Is yoga a good fitness? Yoga, in fact, is an amazing fitness. It's an ultimate fitness, but it's kind of a secret that only people who practice yoga really know for themselves. Hi, I'm Christian Levy with miracleofyoga.com. Now, try this. Kneel on the floor, cross your ankles. Take your hands next to your knees, then lift your body up. Give it a try. Knees down, cross the ankles, hands next to the legs, and lift up. Now, when you see that pose, that obviously demands some strength, but the combination of flexibility and strength that demands is what makes yoga such an ultimate fitness. In fact, believe it or not, that same kind of strength should be going on in these poses that just look simple and easy. It's most people's experience that they're surprised how difficult yoga is once they try it. And that's because in a pose like this, if you've never practiced, your legs are stiff and bent, and the arms and shoulders are stiff and the spine is stiff, so you come into a pose like this, and you actually have to make the legs straight. This takes muscular contraction. It takes a lot of physical effort to make those legs straight and to extend the spine the way that you should be in the yoga poses. So many poses actually have a lot of strength in them as the foundation. This is a very strong pose. You have to be working your legs very strongly to be able to get the correct position. Most people are here and they're not holding the pose for much time. So you can't see much of the strength that's happening in many of the yoga poses. Some of them you can. Everybody knows that this is an abdominal strengthener. Most people have done this, have an idea of how easy or difficult it is. Now, the big deal in this one is not to let your low back come off the floor. The low back has to be flat on the floor. So in yoga, you have certain technique points that end up making poses more difficult. Most people are just letting the back fly off the floor here, which is not good for the back at all. The low back should be flat. That's very good for the back, and of course demands that strength on the abdominal compartment. But the trick here is that if you're stiff in forward bends, if the back of your legs are really, really stiff, then you're at a huge disadvantage in doing this yoga pose because the legs won't get straight for you and they're making the whole body heavier. If you can make the legs 90 degrees, then the pose, yes, it's definitely demanding strength-wise, but it becomes a lot easier because your flexibility. So the thing with yoga is it demands flexibility and strength. And when the practice is correct, you have to have both. A pose with no strength it's not a pose. It's laying on the floor resting. It's a resting pose. So you always have to use strength, develop strength in the body in every pose in order to open correctly. Check out some of my videos. Take a beginner's class, see for yourself how some of the simplest yoga classes out there, if you do them correctly, really build strength and even work cardiovascular. I'm Christian Levy with miracleofyoga.com. Thanks for joining.